Hi, my name is Rachel, and today we are going to discuss the fifth niyama. Niyamas are the second path um, on Patanjali's eight-limb yoga path, and the fifth niyama is Ishvara Pranidhana, and it means to surrender. And a lot of people like to self-reflect and it's a very personal, internalized um, thing, and I think that to um, find what that means for you, whether that means you are surrendering yourself to a higher power, finding faith in a higher power, whether that's surrendering to the universe, whether that's surrendering to the energy that exists, our energies, your energy. Um, anyways, I think that um, it's also like a practice of devotion, right? Devotion in surrendering to whether it be yourself or surrendering to that higher power and completely, sincerely devoting yourself to that in that moment. And, to give you an example on the mat, I would say when you choose to go to a yoga class, when you choose to go and be guided by a yoga teacher, I think that you can surrender yourself by letting go of your ego. They say check your ego at the door. I think to let go of your ego, meaning let go of your perceptions of what yoga is, let go of your perception of what your abilities are and what your yoga practice should be. Let go of any preconceived notions of anything for that class and fully open your heart to experiencing that class um, and the guidance of that teacher. And I also think that in a personal practice, like on the mat, if you're at home by yourself personally practicing, I think the surrender can come into play with, just letting yourself become fully present in the moment and opening your heart to letting your body flow. So, um, when not always, sometimes I have a planned sequence for myself, but a lot of times I will just come to my mat and that is my time to kind of connect with the higher power and let that higher power guide me through intuition of what my body needs at that moment. What does my mind and my body need in that moment? Sometimes it's a restorative type of yoga practice. Sometimes it's an intense vinyasa. Um, Sometimes it's a very short shavasana only practice, and just surrendering solely and then having peace in that. When you completely surrender and let go of all the expectations that you have, all of the perceptions of what you think it should be, and just kind of have the faith in letting something else guide you, whether you want to call it your intuition or whether you want to have faith in that higher power. Like I said, you're letting go of so much and you're gaining in return so much. And a lot of times we're letting go of negativity and receiving extreme amounts of positivity by doing that. So I think the practice of Ishvara Pranidhana is very important to yoga. And I think that all the yamas and niyamas build. And so practicing your yamas and niyamas will enable you to come to a state of having faith in allowing your intuition to guide you or allowing yourself to surrender to that yoga teacher or to surrender to that higher power. You can also translate right into our everyday life in the way that sometimes we kind of try to control every situation and every single thing that happens to us. And in reality, we can't. We can't control everything. And sometimes it's incredibly freeing and incredibly peaceful, to have faith in just the fact that just being and just existing is okay, and that whatever things come your way, and whether they be good or bad, they're just a part of this big journey that we're on. And so I think having peace and surrendering to the knowledge that um, there's something bigger about us, right? There's something bigger about us than just this, right? Than just what we see or just what we feel. There is something bigger. So I really hope you enjoyed this little talk. And I hope that some of it resonated with you a little bit. And I appreciate your time. Namaste.